sa ating program.
Opo, kahapon po ay naipagpatuloy ang Article 4 na impeachment articles laban dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Pangatlo at huling testigo or witness ay si NBA Director Matibag. Doon po sa pagiging witness ng puro taga-NBI attorney, sa mga regular na korte, usual po ba ito? Lalo na pag mga kaso may kaugnayan sa grave threat, may bigat po ba pag sila ang mismong magiging witness at hindi mismo yung sinasabing binantaan?
Well, actually, while ang grave threats po per se is not considered technically as a private crime. However, for purposes in court, kailangan po talaga yung testimony ng private complainant kasi sila po yung binantaan. And for purposes of preliminary investigation, ito ang explanation ng NBI, hindi daw kasali ang affidavits ng binantaan, si BBM, si First Lady, at saka si Martin Romualdez. In fact, yun ang sinabit lang nila, yung mga NBI authenticated records and videos na sinabit sa DOJ. And I think that is the main reason why the DOJ could not resolve it until such time. Because until now, wala pa pong affidavits nila, BBM at saka ni First Lady. So, with respect to your question, kailangan po mismo yun pong statement ng binantaan po.
Opo, at speaking yung binantaan, kabilang daw po sa binantaan ay si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos Jr. way back Mayo 2025, after nitong mga sinasabing presko na di mo na andun yung pagbabanta ng pangalawang Pangulo, natanong siya kung willing ba siyang makipag-reconcile sa mga Duterte. At ang sabi niya, bukas siya. Doon ba, kung pag-uusapan natin yung pag-assess doon sa kanyang pahayag, meron bang banta siya doon? Nababantaan ba siya? May threat ba sa kanya? Doon sa pagsasagot niya doon sa isang vlog or podcast ata, attorney?
Yes, I think what I understand there is that hindi talaga sila na-threatened, and he knew that it was away politika, and he knew that it was something na parang outburst or galit lang talaga ni BP Inday because nga yung pinagagawa nila na panggigipit at siya pagpa-persecute, So basically, alam niya na ito is away ng politika. That's why he said he is open for reconciliation. So with that in mind is that he did not find the seriousness of the threat against him and his family.
Attorney Batu, Hana po. Let's talk about
Hello,
credibility of NBI Director Attorney Matibag. Kasi when nung humarap na, yung defense na po, yung nagkaroon na pagkakataon to ask him, of course, number one dyan, i-present nila sa public the credibility of the NBI Director. Na-touch doon yung pagiging asawa ng isang congressman, na isa pumirma pa ng impeachment complaint, and of course, even him, na may recorded video or was that an audio na parang ang dating, he's also making grave threats din. What's your take on that, Attorney Batu?
Well, my take on this is first is that I call it the incredible, questionable credibility of NBI Matibag during yesterday's testimony. Alam niyo po, if he only concentrated on the fact that he caused the formation ng isang special task force at nagpapatuloy pa yung investigation, they're still finding leads and everything, it could have been okay establish sana yung credible and at saka integrity niya as a witness. In the situation kasi, na-establish po ng defense na yung pong bias niya at prejudice against BP Inday Sara starting from the columns and the fact that ang kanyang wife is a congressman who endorsed the impeachment complaint. Kasi naglumabas po yung mga ganong tanong, I believe, is because when he started taking sides for the prosecution. Remember, if you are a prosecution witness, you only have to testify on what you were supposed to testify, based on the purposes clause, Yun lang po kailang, the problem is that nagdadagdag na po siya ng personal opinion and conclusion of laws. And for which he is no longer acting as a witness, but already a prosecutor sitting on a witness stand, no? So ano nangyayari is therefore ina-advance niya yung theory at saka ang strength na prosecution through his testimony. If you'll notice, Miss Hannah, ang questions po ni Luisto is always meron pa ba? Ano pa ba? Kung meron pa man. Alam mo yung mga ganong tanong is pabalik-balik, and it appears that ang nagagawa talaga ng narrative lang is si NBI Matibag. And for such, sa sobra po niyang pagbibigay ng mga testimony niya is that naging overconfident po siya, and at the same time, nag-supply po siya ng information na gumamit na po siya ng conclusion of laws and opinion na hindi naman po siya ang right person to do it. Especially the fact na wala po siyang mga personal knowledge sa pangyayari.
Exactly. And there was also a point during the cross-examination when Matibag also confirmed na nakipagkita siya sa House prosecution. And although he explained that just to clarify daw no, kung ano sasabihin niya. But kayo po, sa dynamics no, sa isang korte, sa isang trial, inaalaw po ba yung ganito na prior meeting before humarap yung witness?
Yes po. Actually, kami mga lawyers, no, both the prosecution and defense, binibrief po talaga namin ang witness. At pag lumapit po at tinapatawag namin so that maging consistent at saka harmonious yung pag-testify niya. Of course, based on the affidavit kung meron man siya or based on the testimony that alam namin. But we do not supply to him, we do not tell him what to do, we do not tell him what to say, no? Kundi galing dapat sa kanya. Now, in connection with this kay Matibag, okay sana yun eh. Ang pangit doon sa sagot ni Matibag is that I know you're in what you are insinuating, what you're going at, no? That I being coach, I was not coach and everything. Defensive ko, makagad siya masyado. If he could have said that, well, yes, we had our briefing in order na maganda po yung orderly ang presentation ng evidence at saka ng testimony ko based on what I knew. Okay lang yon, maganda sana. But yung sinabi kagad niya defensively na, ay, hindi ba na ako kinoach? Wala akong coaching nangyari and this everything, no? But if you'll notice talaga, what it happened is that scripted po talaga ang testimony. And I would, in my own opinion, ito pong script na ito, this is the script prepared by Matibag. This is how I see it. You know why? Because the questions of Luistro, binabasa nga niya. At the same time, puro lang pabalik-balik. So what happened next? Or what else, if any, meron pang ginagawa sa investigation, giving now the NBI Matibag a big elbow room to maneuver and tell everything that what he wants to tell. So hindi na po siya yung usual direct examination question na tanong, sagot. Ang nangyari, pinanarip.
Attorney?
Okay, balikan lang natin si Attorney Raymond Bato po, mga kapartner. No? Ayusin lang natin yung audio niya. Samantala, punta muna tayo dyan sa Senado dahil naging personal nga ba yung pagtatanong ng defense team ni Vice President Sara Duterte kay NBI Director Melvin Matibag nang madawit ang asawa nito sa cross-examination. May tugon dito ang kampo ng pangalawang Pangulo. Live magbabalita si Jason Rubrico. Jason, magandang hapon.
Mga partners, magandang hapon. Nilinaw nga ng defense team ni Vice President Sara Duterte na hindi personal yung pagtatanong nila kay NBI Director Melvin Matibag. Ayon kay defense spokesperson Attorney Michael Poa, bahagi o normal na bahagi ng cross-examination yung pagsuri sa credibility at biases ng isang testigo at hindi dapat ito ituring na personal na pag-atake. Iginit ng defense team ni Vice President Sara Duterte na wala silang layuning insultuhin si NBI Director Melvin Matibag nang mabanggit sa impeachment trial sa Senado ang pangalan ng asawa nitong si Representative Maria Rene Ann Lourdes Garcia Matibag. Ayon kay defense spokesperson Attorney Michael Poa, mahalagang matukoy kung may posibleng bias ang isang testigo dahil bahagi ito ng proseso ng cross-examination.
We meant no offense, and I hope none was taken by Director Matibag we respect that, except that syempre sa cross-examination, you really have to test not just the credibility but also bias. No? That's why kanina kung naririnig nyo, pag nag-o-object, yung sagot namin dun sa objection, it goes into bias. Diba? So we have to check kung ang bawat testigo ay biased.
Dagdag pa ni POA, maaari ring siyasatin ng prosekusyon ang posibleng pagkiling ng mga testigong ihaharap ng depensa.
And on the part of the prosecution, pag kami naman yung nag-represent ng aming witness, I'm sure isa rin yan sa mga titingnan nila kung may bias yung aming mga witnesses.
Sinabi rin ni POA na hindi nila masasabi kung napatunayan ba nila ang kanilang punto dahil nasa impeachment court na ang pagpapasya kung paano ito bibigyang halaga.
I don't want to say whether we were able to prove that or not. I think it's really for the appreciation. And also, I don't want to say that in fairness na rin to Director Matibag. So, we will just leave it up to the impeachment court to take what they got from that.
Sa cross-examination, tinanong ni Defense Counsel Attorney Mark Vinluan si NBI Director Matibag tungkol sa kanyang asawa na si Representative Matibag na kabilang sa mga nag-endorso ng impeachment complaint laban kay Vice President Duterte. Kinumpirma ni Matibag na inendorso nga ito ng kanyang asawa, ngunit iginit niyang hiwalay ang kanyang tungkulin bilang NBI Director sa trabaho ng kanyang may bahay bilang kongresista. Mga partners, magpapatuloy ang cross-examination ng defense team ni Vice President Sara Duterte kay Attorney Melvin Matibag. Kahapon ay sinabi ni Attorney Michael Poa, naging masaya naman sila sa naging performance ni Attorney Vinluan doon sa cross-examination ni Attorney Matibag. At nakuha nila yung ilan sa kanilang malayunin. At for today, inaasahan nila mga partners na meron para silang ilalatag na mga issue sa pagpapatuloy ng cross-examination dito nga sa impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte. At yan muna ang latest updates mula dito sa Senado para sa Diyos at sa Pilipinas kung mahal. Balik sa inyo mga kapartners.
Maraming salamat, Jason Rubico, live sa Senado. Balikan natin si Attorney Batu. Attorney Batu, sorry. Karoon tayo technical problem kanina. Balikan natin yung sinabi niyo regarding dun sa credibility niya. The line of questioning niya ng prosecution po.
Yeah, ang nakita ko kasi, ang questioning is more of questions call for a narration of facts, no? Gulat ako na hindi lang masyado nag-object doon ang defense, pero maganda rin kasi napabayaan mo po na magsalita ng ganon para siya ang mag-create ng sarili niyang narrative. Now, it only shows that I believe, no? Ang nag-create po ng script or narrative na yon is galing po kang NBI Matibag. Kasi if you'll notice, ang mga katanungan lang always ni Luistro is ano pa ang nangyari, ano ang sumunod. Parang kung sa court yan sa amin, what happened next? What happened next? What else did you do if any? What else did you do if any? Pabalik-balik lang na ganun ang mga usual na tanungan. And gives now the witness an elbow room to narrate everything he wants, no? And yun nga, often ang nangyayari dyan, nakakapag-supply po ng information na hindi na po kagaling doon sa na parang naging connected talaga doon sa purpose ng kanyang testimony. Kaya merong supplying of informations based on hearsay, based on personal opinion and conclusion of law, which is no longer proper. At saka with that, it would only shows that scripted po talaga ang kanyang testimony. Aside
dun sa scripted, Attorney Batu, no? Kasi maraming tumaas ang kilay, especially yung mga abogado, no? When yung presiding officer allowed the prosecution na yung witness nila ay basahin yung parts ng affidavit nila sa kanya. Number one, hindi ito notaryado, walang wet signature. And then, ang point kasi ng defense, syempre, inaano na nila sa public, parang inaano nila sa public na parang totoo ang sinasabi nila sa kanyas against the Vice President.
Yes, ma'am. On that score, ma'am, no, you see, when I was listening actually, I was closing my eyes, sinasamahan ko po na, in my mind, gumagawa rin ako ng sarili kong objection, no? At I say, objection. So, I believe at tama po yung objection ni Binluan. Now, let's start first, no? Nung pag-present po niya na one of the patterns or yun ang isa sa mga pattern na ginamit niya to prove yung propensity of committing violence ni BP Inday Sara. Ito pong statement ni Las Cañas, it actually destroys them. It would only show what kind of Bureau of Investigation we have now, wherein ang kanilang basis to determine a pattern comes from an incredible source or it's a hearsay evidence, considering na lawyer po naman siya, no? So ganoon ba talaga kahina ang ating investigation now that we rely only on these things, no? Now, and well, honestly, kung okay lang yun pumasok and it is a part of his testimony na yun ang ginamit, so i-mark niya po yung affidavit na yun. Ang objectionable portion doon, which is tama si Binluan, do not read it. If you want to submark it. You know why? The document speaks for itself. It could have been different if you're the author of that document and pinapabasa sa'yo, tapos for the record, pwede yun. Pero if it is being recorded or pinapabasa ng hindi isang author o hindi man lang nakapag-interview or wala pong personal knowledge of facts leading to the veracity of that statement dahil hindi nga niya nakausap, it was improper. So mali po yung inallow, no? And nevertheless, minark po. Na-realize na lang ni Chis Escudero later on nung insistence ni Binluan na well, Your Honor, this is precisely the point. It will prejudice the reading of that because the people are watching and everything, and the document speaks for itself. Tama po yung objection na yun. Now, kaya na-incline na mag-decide si Chis Escudero na yes, I'm inclined to grant already the objection, no? And in that particular sense, the damage has been done already. Useless pa rin kasi nasabi na yung areas doon na hindi dapat sabihin na dahil nga sa unverified naman po yung statement. Pwede ka ba magamit ng isang statement po na hindi po notaryado, not a public document, tapos photocopy, tapos yung author hindi mo nakausap? That is a big thing na talagang dapat i-establish later on sa oral arguments ng defense kapag mag-present na po sila ng oral arguments nila.
Ayun. Kasi gusto ko rin itanong sa inyo, attorney, no? Kasi yung pattern of violence, kasi yun yung in-assess basis nila, no? That one incident, Attorney Batu, nung pinagsusuntok, then Mayor...
Sheriff.
The sheriff, yung then Mayor Sara Duterte, one incident lang yun at wala na i-present ulit yung prosecution na another incident na naging violente, kundi yung mga utterances na lang po. Would you consider that a pattern of violence po?
I think dapat kasi is that they have to present a consistent and persistent pattern of violence, no? In fact nga, as I said, sabi nila ito ng last witness, the best nga dapat mag-discuss is yung secretary sana to establish na enough mo na ba ito to determine the pattern of violence. Kaya siguro, hindi nila i-present dahil maybe the secretaries would say na kulang pa rin. No? At any rate, ang problem noong context naman noong sa pinagsisuntok na sheriff is kulang po yung story noon. I was about to go to court no. Na-cancel po yung hearing ko sa RTC Branch 16. Kasi what's funny is that the judge who issued the demolition order was the uncle of Man Scarpio, si Judge Scarpio po. And then, ang request lang po kasi ni BP Inday doon na i-hold lang muna antayin lang ako kay kakausapin ko ang mga tao. Okay? Antayin lang kakausapin ko mga tao para hindi magkagulo. She was not actually against the demolition because may court order na nga. Ang gagawin niya, kakausapin niya mga tao na i-assure niya, ililipat and everything. And with that, she thought that there was be an assurance na gagawin. It insist talaga i-proceed ng sheriff. Doon siya po siya nagalit, no? Bakit hindi ka makaantay? Tingnan mo, nagkagulo. Kasi nagkasakitan talaga yan eh. Kasi nung pinilit po ng sheriff na i-enforce, nagkasakitan. Doon siya nagalit kasi meron pong nasasaktan na mga tao. Alam niyo po, si Inday Sara, if makilala lang po talaga ng lahat, ang puso po talaga nito doon sa mga pobre, sa mga masa at sa mga bata. Pag once mayroong ano yan siya dyan, yung makita niya yung pang-aapid, nagagalit talaga siya. And lumalabas yung kanyang nature, no? So, as I said, that could not be considered as a pattern of violence, no? It would be mean also, for me, it would mean even championing and protecting the innocent from the power na nag-exceed or grave abuse na ginagamit po to inflict oppression against the masses.
May papasukin tayong report, Attorney Batu, pero meron akong iiwan na tanong sa